Okay, so what we have here today is a click adjustable die from Whidden Gunworks. When you order it, it comes with everything you need. That's the ring right there. Comes with a little Allen wrench. This is my RCBS competition die, and this is the nice lock ring. You can see there's 3 little spots there. There is set screw 1, 2, and the third one is actually just a little rubber piece in there. It doesn't do anything adjustment wise. So the first thing you do when you get this is you install it on your die, and there's an inner and an outer piece. You adjust the inner and outer so they're flush with each other. There is number 1, which will lock it down to your die itself. And number 2 is what locks it and unlocks it so you can adjust the die up and down. So I just have this roughly set. It is flush right now. So let's go ahead and install it. And then take some measurements on some brass that I got here, and we'll go from there. I have some 22-250 brass here. First thing we're going to do is take some measurements. I have the Hornady cartridge headspace gauge that I'm going to use, and I want to bump the shoulder back. I'm not going to full length resize this. I'm just going to bump the shoulder back. So got my caliper zeroed, and then just to add, since the gauge is in here, the gauge is actually 2 inches, so the measurements I'm going to give are with this 2 inches added to it. So these have been fired, decapped, annealed with the anti-annealer, and my measurements here, see if you can get that. So this is showing 3.566. I want 3.563. I'm going to bump that shoulder back 3/1000ths of an inch. So I'm going to set this in there. We're going to lock down number 1, and you just snug it. You don't over tighten this. And number 2, you just barely loosen it. You can hear that clicking there. So let's see where we're sitting. Okay, so I haven't done anything yet, so I know we need to go down a little bit. I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to go down 2 clicks. Each click is 1/1000th of an inch. So I still haven't done anything yet. I've actually bottomed it out a little bit. So I'm going to grab the outer lock ring, give her a turn, loosen it up, and I'm going to go down 2 more clicks. and you can't, it is audible. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Then I'm going to snug this back down. Okay. So we actually did bump it back, oh, about a thou and a half. So I'm going to loosen the outer ring again. Just grab the outer ring, loosen your die, and I'm going to go down one click. Turn that back down. And we are .563.5 thou. Now let's just try another piece of brass. That's the same. That's 3.566. There we go. That's dead on. 3.563. So let's say I want to bump that back another thousandths of an inch. So just loosen this up again and go down one click. Say each click is a thousandth of an inch. Turn your lock ring back down, don't over tighten it. So now we should be at 3.562. And we are at 3.562 and a half or so. I think a lot of that is, well, got a head case separation there, so we're going to set that one aside. And this is a good time to inspect all your brass. Make sure you don't have any cracked necks or head case separation or anything going on. So we can see this one is 3.562. So the measurement I wanted was 3.563. We're actually under that now, so I'm going to go back up a thousandths of an inch. So we'll loosen up the outer ring, go up one click, snug that back down. And we are dead on. That's what I like about this click adjustable die is it's very easy to use. After you get it set up initially, you can really dial in your stuff from there. we're not full length sizing here, we're just bumping the shoulder back. It's just very repeatable. So then after you've got this set where you want, you've already got your number 1 locked into your die. Number 2 set screw locks the inner and outer ring together. So it's already loose. That's how we can adjust it up and down. So now, just very gently, you don't want to damage this, just snug that up. Let's get you in here a little closer. Here's your number 1 set screw, which locks the assembly, the lock ring assembly, to the die body itself. The number 2 set screw locks the inner and outer lock rings together. And number 3 is a little rubber insert. So I've already got the lock ring locked into the die body. Now I'm just going to snug this number 2 set screw up, just gently. And that locks the inner and outer together. So now you could take your die out, put it back in. Now the nice thing about this universal click adjustable lock ring from Whidden Gunworks is it acts like a micrometer. So you could use this on a sizing die like I've got here to bump the shoulder back. You could also put it on one of your bullet seating dies, and it would act very similar to the micrometer adjustments on your seating die. So you can get very accurate results with this lock ring and not have the added expense of one of your expensive seating dies with the micrometer. And that's very nice. And the other nice thing is, so for me, I can go through, size all my brass, bump the shoulder back to where I need to, and then I could take this lock ring off and move it to another die and use it for another caliber. Or, like I said, I could put it on another seating die that I don't have a micrometer on and use it that way. So this has just been a quick review of the Whidden Gunworks Universal Click Adjustable Lock Ring.